All right, hi guys, this is Miss Vaughn for Pre-Algebra. I am doing this video on the lesson for section 2.4, which is evaluating expressions. This will be on page 59 and 60 in your textbook. So if you'll have that open and ready, we're going to go through some of the examples and skill checks in the book. Also have your scratch paper. I'm going to go through some additional problems for this lesson that you're not going to find in your textbook. So be ready to jot those down so you have them for reference for studying. Oh, sorry, my animals are going crazy. Ajax, stop whining. Okay, so let's go ahead and share the screen and I'll get started with the whiteboard. All right. Okay, so hopefully I can get through this. I've tried 2 videos so far and I sneezed in the middle of both of them. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, so section 2.4 on page 59 and 60, there's just a couple of vocabulary terms that I want you guys to be familiar with. You don't have to write them out anywhere, but I would like for you to highlight or put a star by them so that you have those for reference. One is called a numerical expression. These we are familiar with. They're right in that paragraph at the top of page 59. A numerical expression is just a string of numbers and operational signs that names a number. And so you can see there that like 9 plus 2 times 6, well, that is just a numerical expression for 21. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 9, yeah, 21. But then an algebraic expression is what happens when a variable is used in the place of a number in a numerical expression or a mathematical expression, same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at evaluating algebraic expressions, very small, simple algebraic expressions when they give you the value of your variable. So let's do some practice here. You see these in example 1, 2, and 3 in the middle of page 59. So example 1 tells us to evaluate n plus 6 when n has a known value of 8. So you start with n plus 6. That is the same as 8 plus 6. Well, then you just add those together. So 8 plus 6 is 14. All right, and example 2 says to evaluate a plus 7 when a equals negative 12. So this gives us some practice or gives an example of a best practice that you should always use when a variable's value is negative or when that variable is raised to a power. Always use parentheses. So in this case, we would say that negative 12, a equals negative 12, and then you're adding 7. Well, as you can see from this, you are adding unlike signs, so you find the difference of the absolute values. 12 minus 7 is 5, and you see that your larger absolute value is the negative number, so your answer is negative. Okay, so example 3, this really shows us why that parentheses is so important. So this, well, let me just do it like I'm supposed to here. We have negative 7 minus n when n equals negative 3. So this can be rewritten as negative 7 minus a negative 3. Well, as you should be able to recognize here that whenever you subtract a negative, that's an addition. So you would simplify this to negative 7 plus 3. And then again, you have unlike signs, so you find the difference, which is 4, and your answer is negative because the larger absolute value is your negative number. Okay, all right, so go ahead and look at the page of top of page 60. Go ahead and pause the video and try to work out these skill checks on your own, and then start the video back up and let's see how you do. Stop whining. Okay, so on skill check 1, number 1, we have n plus 6 when n is negative 13. So we have n plus 6 equals negative 13 plus 6. So again, adding unlike signs, so you find the difference. 13 take away 6 is 7. And because your largest absolute value is negative, then your answer also must be negative. So answer here is negative 7. So m minus 8 when m equals -9. So this is -9 minus 8, which for those of you that need this, just recognize that when you turn this into an addition problem, this actually becomes -9 plus a -8, because that's the definition of subtraction. So you can see here that you're adding unlike signs. So you just add the two together. 9 plus 8 is 17. They are both negative, so your answer is -17. Just remember, if you start at the negative number and you subtract by another number, you're getting more negative. So you're just moving on down that, that negative number line. Okay. I know a lot of you would look at that and do 9 minus 8 and end up with an answer of -1, which would be wrong. Okay. Okay, so example 6, just going to skip on through. 4 and 5 are pretty self-explanatory. We're just practicing evaluating with multiple variables, but we're given the value of both. So again, don't let yourself get too intimidated by that. Just plug in the value for the variable where the variable is located in the algebraic expression. So here we have 2ab minus 3b. Well, of course, we would use parentheses anyway, because 2ab is 2 times a times b, but a is -2, so it becomes even more important, and b is -3, excuse me, minus 3 times a -3. Okay, so just do your order of operations from here on out. You have 2 times -2 is -4. -4 times -3 is a positive 12. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. Minus 3 times -3, which is -9. Well, again, you're subtracting a negative number. So this needs to simplify down to 12 plus 9, which gives us an answer of 21. Okay, so try this again. Skill check 2. Pause the video, give it a try, see how you do, and then start the video up and check your answers. Okay, so y plus 17 when y equals -6. So this is -6 plus 17. So we're adding unlike signs. 17 take away 6 is 11. And the 17 is positive. So your answer is a positive 11. Okay, so number 2 tells us that n plus 9 minus 6 times 3 when n equals 5. So we have 5 plus 9 minus 6 times 3. Okay, everybody see where that came from? So let's just go ahead and solve inside our parentheses. We have 5 plus 9 is 14. And we can go ahead and do our multiplication here as well. So 14 minus 6 times 3, which is 18. And then 14 take away 18 is going to be a -4. Again, I'll show you this for you guys that still struggle with your negatives. 14 minus 18 is the same thing by definition of subtraction of 14 plus a -18. So you can see that you're adding unlike signs. So you find the difference of the absolute values and then add the sign from the larger absolute value. So that's how I ended up with -4. But at this point, y'all should be able to figure that out in your head and recognize that 14 take away 18 is going to give you a -4. All right, number 3, 24 minus 5r. When r equals 2 gives us 24 minus 5 times 2. So order of operations tells us to do our multiplication first. We have 24 minus 10, which gives us an answer of 14. Right, and last one, we have -3n plus m over 2 when n is -4. So we have -3 times -4 plus, and m equals 14. 14 over 2. Unfortunately, that fraction is a nice, easy division. Gives us a whole number. So negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. Plus 14 divided by 2 is 7. So that leaves us with an answer of positive 19. All right, hopefully y'all did great on those. If not, we're going to go through some additional problems. These are not in your book, so please write them on your scratch paper so you have them as examples when you start working on your homework assignment. Okay, so our first additional problem tells us to solve 6m when, okay, can't spell now, when m equals negative 5. Simple enough, right? Plug in the negative 5. 6 times negative 5 equals negative 30. All right, number 2 is 12 over n when n equals 4. So 12 over n equals 12 over 4, which we know equals 3. All right, so number 3, 18 minus 4x when x equals 2. All right, so 18 minus 4x equals 18 minus 4 times 2. So go ahead and solve that first. 18 minus 8 gives us 10. Number 4, 21 minus y over 9 when y equals 36. So 21 minus y over 9 equals 21 minus 36 over 9. And so go ahead and solve your division first. This is 21. 36 divided by 9 is 4. So you're left with 21 minus 4, which is 17. All right, number 5. So number 5, we have 8a minus 5b plus 4 when a equals 6 and b equals 4. All right, so 8a minus 5b plus 4 equals 8 times 6 minus 5 times 4 plus 4. All right, so solve your multiplications. 8 times 6 is 48. 5 times 4 is 20, and then plus 4. So 48 minus 20 is 28, plus 4 equals 32. Check your math whenever you have a lot like that. All right, number 6, we're given that 5xy when x equals 2 and y equals negative 4. So this is 5xy equals 5 times 2 times negative 4. All right, so 5 times 2 is 10 times negative 4 gives us negative 40. Number 7, 4m divided by 9 plus n when m equals 5 and n equals 1. Okay, so 4m over 9 plus n equals 4 times 5 divided by 9 plus 1. So go ahead and, simplify your numerator and your denominator. 4 times 5 is 20. 9 plus 1 is 10. Well, that's super easy. We're left with 2 over 1, which is 2. Okay, number 8. Number 8 gives us 6x plus 2y divided by x times y. Now we're starting to look like real algebra expressions. All right, when x equals 2 and y equals 3. Okay, so 6x plus 2y divided by xy, and then just plug in your values. 6 times 2 plus 2 times 3 divided by 2 times 3. All right, so go ahead and do order of operation. Let's do all your multiplications in the numerator and the denominator, and then we'll simplify from there. So 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 2 times 3 is 6. All right, so we're given 12 plus 6, which is 18, divided by 6 is 3. All right, so here's two problems where every single part of the algebraic expression is a variable. So first, well, let me do this. So let me give the instructions. Evaluate when a equals 2, b equals 3, c equals 4, and d equals 5. Oh, we'll have some more problems on here. Excuse me. Okay. Number 9. B times C plus A times D divided by A plus C plus D. All right, let's just plug everything in, see how we do. So B is 3, so this is 3 times 4 plus A is 2 times 5 divided by A, which is 2, plus C, which is 4, plus D, which is 5. All right, so order of operation, let's go ahead and do our multiplication here. And then you can also go ahead and add your numbers in the denominator. Just make sure you have a total value before you do any division. All right, so 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. And 6 plus 5 is 11. So then go ahead and continue simplifying your numerator. So 12 plus 10 is 22 divided by 11. So this should look familiar. 11 divided into 22 is 2. 11 will go into 22 2 times. And then number 10, I have D times B minus A times B, all multiplied by A times D. All right, so let's plug numbers in. So this means that D, which is 5, times B, which is 3, minus A, which is 2, times B, which is 3, multiplied by, let's go and keep it, A, which is 2 times D, which is 5. All right, so let's solve inside our grouping symbols here. These guys first. So 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 2 times 5 is 10. All right, so again, let's continue simplifying. 15 minus 6 is 11. 11 times 10 is 110. dB. All right. To plug those in right, A is 2, D is 5. All right. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Sorry, I can't add today. I was like, that doesn't look right. 15 take away 6 is not 11. It's 9. And 9 times 10 is 90. All right. Always check your math, especially the simple stuff. Okay, so those are your exercises. So your homework, which I will do a walkthrough in a following video, is numbers 2 through 42 even. And this is on page 61. All right. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys later.